Hey Scorpio, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your Gemini season reading. Alright, had some funky stuff happen with the camera. Mercury retrograde is already in effect, love it, or at least pre-shadow. So I'm just refilming the beginning, so that's why you already have a card out. But just to hash through everything, house rules still apply. Take the messages as they resonate, there's no reason to force anything. And this will be a general reading about Gemini season for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Cross watchers, you are also welcome. So, for your animal spirit, you guys got Lion. Beautiful, strong, confident energy. Also one that's very much in alignment with your natural personality, right, Scorpios? Very, very strong, very, very confident. But this energy is very serious about development, especially self-development. So we're talking about personal growth, spiritual growth for sure, being this is a fire element card. And that type of, we're just calling it seriousness for the lack of a better word, but that kind of serious dedication to oneself can be kind of polarizing. There may be people who get intimidated by it, and there are people who are going to, really embrace it. Either way, they're going to respect it. You know what I mean? With that being said, this is going to be a big time for, yes, dedicating to your growth, putting energy and effort into yourself, right? But also one that you want to focus on not being too serious. Like if this energy goes too far, right, that's where we start to get overly serious and kind of isolate ourselves and start pulling away from the circle, right? And lions are still part of a pride, right? So you still want to be surrounded by those close few friends. Doesn't mean you have to be talking to every single person, right? So to balance that out, you want to focus on friendship this month, right? Making sure you're still connecting and being social while continuing to transform and grow. Not a hard thing for you, but something that you kind of want to be aware of as we move through Gemini season. And it kind of makes sense, because once we get to the end of May, we start to deal with Mercury fully going retrograde, so that definitely be a time of reflecting and going inside. We want to make sure we don't pull too far inside of ourselves that we disconnect and disappear altogether, right? Okay, let's get into your messages. Bottom of the deck is the Tower card, so definitely sudden changes for sure. Let's get into it. Okay, all right. Whew. This reading's gonna be lit. Anyway, so we have the Five of Pentacles down here. So, Scorpio, some of you might be feeling alone, unsupported, right? And we kind of talked about that with Lion. You can definitely intimidate some with your strength and your commitment to yourself and your goals. That might be weighing a little heavy on you. I want to say don't worry about it, but it does feel like literally I instantly feel heavy looking at it. So it definitely may be something that feels very, very intense. Honestly, the best thing you can do for yourself in that moment is try to talk yourself off that ledge. Because know that what you're feeling isn't necessarily what you're perceiving isn't necessarily the truth, right? And as a fellow water sign, I can definitely vouch that some things will happen, and I definitely make it into a much bigger thing and cause myself way more pain than really it was, just based off of assumptions and comparing and all that dumb stuff. So I do feel like this is going to weigh very heavy on you, or has, right? Because this is kind of your recent past. So this could have been going on for a little bit. Definitely could be feeling it still now. Like, do your best to kind of like not dwell in that energy, which I get is kind of silly for me to say to a Scorpio, but try your best. Just because sitting in this isn't going to serve you, especially considering that there is growth for you. There is new opportunity coming for you. Or, like I said, this is recent past, so you may have already started to experience this, hear little whispers about it, because we have here the Fool card, which is that new beginning, but we also have it with the Eight of Wands, which is messages, communication, sudden shifts. The Tower card doesn't always have to be disaster. The key with the Tower card is that it's quick and unexpected, right? So literally, you could be in a funk, and then this opportunity just kind of presents itself, appears out of thin air. Part of the reason why it can feel unexpected also is because if you dig too deep down this hole, and you kind of sit in that lack mentality, look at that Nine of Swords on top of that. We're going to talk about that. If you dig yourself into that hole, you may be so deep that you didn't even see this coming, right? So you could have been getting messages and notifications about this, but you were just so honed in on the wonky stuff, this totally went right by you. But there is a beautiful opportunity. Like I said, either like you just heard about, because again, recent past, could have happened already, or it's on its way to you. You want to make sure you're open for that, so try to dig yourself out of this hole. I get that's going to be hard. Here we have the Nine of Swords. Anxiety, worry. Some of us are psyching ourselves out, right? The thing with the Nine of Swords is a lot of times that tension, that worry exists in our own mind. We're creating the monsters, right? The call's coming from inside the house. So again, try and dig yourself out of that mess, because it's not, when I say it's not real, I don't mean, I'm not talking about your feelings. Your feelings are real, but they're being heightened and over-analyzed, and that's what's making them go from like a little tiny thing into this big creepy wonky monster. So try to keep yourself kind of grounded in the reality of the situation, right? Don't feed into that thing, because it's, once you start going, it's easier and easier to make it worse and worse and worse. Center of your reading is the Chariot card. I mean, hi, hello. Could be dealing with a Cancer, but this to me is your progression. This is your development. We talked about that with the Lion card. And it being in the middle of your reading, that's the biggest key thing of what's happening. So there's a huge focus on you and your development, where you want to go, what you want to be, what you want to do. Focus on that. Don't get discouraged. Don't let any doubts or naysayers or, outside opinions shake you. This is your life. You're the one calling the shots. This opportunity is for you. Don't let anyone else freak you out about it. You also have another card, the High Priestess. Again, confirmation, the knowing, the knowledge, the instinct is coming from within you, right? This is about listening to that inner voice, trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. I mentioned meditation. Another great thing to do to really connect in, right? So instead of feeding into the monkey mind where we're panicking about all these things, listening to what's going on around us and taking it as a personal attack, and tuning all of that out and truly listening to ourself, our voice. What is it we want? What is it we're working on? What is our opinion of the situation, right? And cutting out all that outside chatter, because that chatter is not serving you, all right? Yep, I love that. Love that even more. Beautiful. All right. So, my lovely Scorpios, we've got Seven of Pentacles coming out after this guy. After High Priestess. I don't know what happened to me there. This particular energy is one of patience, right? Always a little like meh when we hear that. We're like, no, just let it happen. I want the thing now. The nice thing with the Seven of Pentacles that I always kind of admire about that card, because when I first learned it, I was like, patience, great, waiting for harvest, da-da-da-da-da. The kind of comforting thing about the Seven of Pentacles is that all the work has been done, right? Like normally when you see that picture, it's got like a farmer in front of a bush, like waiting for the plants to ripen. So all the work has already been done. You've made the investment, right? You've paid these seven coins already. You're just waiting for the dividends to come in, but all the work has been done. So it's not about you have to continue to push, or you gotta continue to put more energy into this. The work's been done. So while we're waiting for this to manifest, and this could definitely be related to work, doesn't have to be, but it could be. I say that because we have more pentacles coming up, but whatever it is you have been trying to manifest, whatever it is you've been working on, the work's already begun. It's not like you're at square one, right? So while we're waiting for, the next level of this to be ready, focus on you. You've got other things to do. You don't have to sit and wait. Let that happen while it's going, you can do something else. We have here the Sun of Swords, which would be the Knight of Swords in a traditional deck. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And also having those next to each other, I understand why the Seven of Pentacles is coming up in this struggle bus column over here. Because here you are wanting to race forward, wanting to rush to the goal. And it's like, yeah, no, but the goal's not set up yet, so you're going to have to wait. Race hasn't begun yet. Just hang tight. But this is why you channel this particular energy, this Sun of Swords energy, into your own learning, into your own development, right? As this thing is continuing to grow and mature, focus on you. Do something for yourself. Get a hobby. Work on elevating, your experience in this world. So whether it's growing a hobby, if it's connecting with friends, if it's making new connections, maybe for some of you, because it is still falling out underneath the Fool card, right? Because the Son of Swords, this is an energy that wants to learn and understand and is seeking possibly guidance, but also clarity, understanding. I just keep wanting to say learn, like learn. Like learn is the thing that I keep wanting to like say to you. There's, maybe read some books, right? It could be about this thing, just could be just in general, just to read and like activate your mind. Part of why I think this is also significant, all of this stuff that we're talking about here, this is when your mind is allowed to just run wild, right? And it's kind of dragging you in the scariest direction possible. So keeping your mind busy is a great way to keep it out of this vibe, which was literally what I said right at the very beginning. Especially because we're going into Gemini season, we have Mercury retrograde coming up at the end of the month. Our headspace is going to get real fuzzy, and if we let it get fuzzy and scary, that's going to be super confusing. So best way is to keep your mind focused on something positive, something that supports your development. And it doesn't even have to be reading. It can be having conversations, talking with people you trust about interesting things, right? Getting their opinions on something, not necessarily to have them tell you what it is to do with your life. It literally could just be like, oh my God, did you hear about that thing? I thought it was so interesting. Did you hear about it? Oh my God, let me tell you about it. Oh my God, what did you think about that? It's just having conversation, right? So anything to stimulate your mind in a positive way, all right? And then this wonderful energy we got down at the end, Father of Pentacles. This is amazing. This is King of Pentacles vibes. This is you feeling really grounded, secure, definitely abundant, which is where I said this could be a work thing. So we might be waiting for some good news, or waiting for, a project to develop, or, some type of money-making endeavor to come through. Telling you by the end of the month, you looking real good. So I would say with this energy, especially looking at this and then looking up at the lion, this energy is very grounded and very confident in oneself. Like even look at how similar their poses are, right? Confident, head up, chest out, looking forward, right? This is what I do. This is how I do it. I'm good. Oh, you have an opinion? That's great. Keep that to yourself. I'm good. I got this. So there's a lot of strength. I was going to say coming to you this month, but I think it's coming from you. Like there's this kind of shakeup in you that makes you feel less alone, or less vulnerable, or less unaccepted is almost the word I want to say. Like it's a real kind of grown-up, mature kind of moment. And that doesn't mean I'm saying you're immature, but there's definitely this like leveling up. There's a strong sense of direction that's coming from you this month. And it's one full of confidence, and there's a lot of belief behind it, right? It's not something where you're like, oh, it'd be cool to do that, but I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough for that. I don't have the skills to do that. Could I even do that? People wouldn't even want to listen to me do that or be there for me, There's this kind of like timid, shy energy on the way out. Or maybe not even shy, just kind of doubtful, right? It's just kind of, it's that voice that like talks you out of things. You are really facing and conquering your inner saboteur. And it might just be something that, just one day clicks within you because of all the self-work you've been doing or are doing. It may be something that just clicks and everything changes. Or literally with the Tower and the Eight of Wands, you literally might just get an opportunity, or someone says something and like kind of snaps you into it that way. But this is a very empowering month for you. I mean, even look at the majors you had: the Fool, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. Very, very so strong intuition, success and growth, and new opportunity. Very, very strong majors. Even having the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Big life changes. And like I said, this is really about unexpected changes. Actually, underneath that, you have the Four of Cups. So this shakeup, honestly, to me, is really going to be about letting go of those old behaviors, letting go of the desire to kind of like, I almost want to say, like, it's almost kind of, you may have like tried to get by earning pity points, and you're like, oh, things are hard, woe is me, I can't do this. And you kind of reach this point where like, you know what? I can. I'm kind of a badass. I'm kind of like, I can do this. I don't have to be afraid of this anymore. I can try it. I mean, even if I'm stumble, I'm still a lion. I'm still a badass. Like, I got this. I can do this. So it's a very empowering month for you. And I love that, Scorpio. All right, my loves, we are going to pull one more animal spirit card. Nope, not ready yet. Apparently they want one more shuffle. There you go. You liked that one, didn't you? Okay, cool. Let's put you on the side. And what do we get? Nice. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen this card before. You guys got Condor. Look at that. Same kind of pose. All three of your animals, right? All have that same, like, looking ahead, head up, really strong pose. So Condor governs cycles, reflection, perspective, and release. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Releasing that old way of thinking, that old belief system, that old, routine or habit. Reflection also strikes me pretty strong too, because we have the High Priestess as well as the Lion. So two other cards that speak to meditation, being very reflective and looking within, listening to that inner voice. So there's a lot of self-reflection happening this month, but it's helping you to break some old cycles. It's helping you to gain some new perspective. And along with some of that, it may get you to the point where, like I said, you want to talk to other people. You want to gain, because you can talk about their experiences as well. You're not doing however you're growing this month, you're not the first person to do it, right? You're not fully alone in that. So talking about that experience, gaining from others who have gone through something similar, also kind of a powerful thing. So Scorpios, this honestly is a beautiful month for you to really do some deep introspection and really help to open yourself up and really help to evolve and to grow and find some confidence and some strength within you. All right, my love, I think that'd be a beautiful, beautiful thing for you, and probably the best course of action for you to move through this month, right? Well, not this month, this season, because we're talking about Gemini season. Honestly, I feel like this energy probably going to last over into Cancer season as well, because I think a big part of this really goes down while we're in Mercury retrograde, which is going to be pretty much most of June. So pretty much all of Gemini season once we get into June. And that finally kind of breaks as we move into Cancer season. But I think that's where all the introspection happens during that period. And then once we get to Cancer season, I think that's where you really start to blossom and act, and all of that stuff starts coming out of you and affects how you interact with the outside world. So I think Cancer season is going to be very exciting for you, because that's kind of when you get, it's like here you get like that new shiny bicycle and you really get to love it. Cancer season is when you get to take the bike out and like ride it for the first time. So I think Cancer season will be super, super awesome. This is like the introspective moment before that. All right. My lovely Scorpios, I'm going to let you go there. As always, I love you guys. I'm wishing you the best. I love and appreciate the support you give me and coming to watch this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. It helps the channel to grow, and I love hearing how the messages resonate for you. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe and get that notification bell on. It's the best way for you to be notified when our next readings pop up. Until next time, my lovelies, stay safe, take care of yourself. I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.